Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. Okay, let's continue with part 3 for chapter 2 DSA. Okay, for part 3 we are going to touch about the array of class and also pointer. Okay, uh, a group of objects from the same class can be declared as array of a class. For example, we may have a array of class students, okay, which is registered in data structure class, array of class lecturer teaching at School of Computing, and also array of class subjects offered in semester 1. So every element in the array of class has its own data member and function member, right? So this is an example of a syntax to declare array of objects. Okay, our class name, our array name, and this is the size of the array that we want to allocate. This is the simple example of array of class. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, this is our class. So our class name is staff. Okay, this is the attributes for the staff: name, age, salary. So this is considered as a functions. So this one, staff manager 20 here, referring to meaning that we declare 20 managers from class staff. So each element, okay, each element will have a name, age, and salary. Alright, two methods to call member function for manager array. Subscript can be used to access elements of the array at certain index in the array. Okay, so for the first one, for example, by using array subscript in order to access manager in certain location of the array. So let's say here we are trying to get an input from the user. Okay, so let's say here we put it as n value, maybe number 2. So meaning that we are trying to access, okay, we are trying to access the details of the manager that we store in array number 2, for example. So here we read the data, meaning that we are calling the data. Okay, we print the name and the age, okay, for the manager that we store in array number 2. Okay, and then we print the data. Okay, the second one, by using loop in order to access a group of managers, so meaning that we are trying to access more than one information from the array, right? So here we can see here that in x is equal to 0, we assign the value of 0, x is equal to 0. Okay, let's say we have 20. Just now we already declare the size of the array is 20, right? But let's see, we just want a list of managers, okay, from array number 1 until 10. Okay, so that's why we start with the 0. Okay, number 1 until number 10. So that's why we stop at number 9, because we start with number 0. Okay, and then with this looping we can call, okay, we can read all the data that we stored, okay, for the manager, start from the number 0 until number 9. Okay, so this is example how we want to pass array of object to function. Okay, so the class info will store information about disease and the relevant medicine. Okay, so array actually can be passed as parameter to function, and the whole elements in the array can be passed to other function. Okay, simply pass only one element from the array. So here we can see here that we have two array here. The first one is for the medicines and the second one is for the disease. Alright, the size is 15. Okay, so let's see the main function here. Alright, so for the data we set the array is equal to 10. Okay, so let's say this is considered as let's say we have 10 number of patients. Okay, consider as that one lah. Okay, so let's say here this is looping. Okay, we try to get the value of the patients until number 5 only, for example. Okay, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, 5 patients. Okay, so this one is considered as when n is equal to 0, the data is equal to 0. So meaning the first patient, we are trying to access the first patient. Okay, set the medicine and then set the disease. Okay, and then we are going to print out the list of the disease and medicines. Okay, now we see here, pass the whole array to functions. So meaning that we are trying to pass, okay, we are going to pass the detail that we get here. Okay, this one is meaning that we set the medicine and disease of that patient, right? So we are trying to pass this one, okay, the array of data here into the function called check medicine. Right, so we are trying to store, okay, the information into the data array, and we are pass the array to the check medicine function. Okay, so the check medicine function here will receive an array of object info. So this function require user to enter the name of the disease. Okay, so based on the disease name, the function will search for the medicine that is suitable for the disease. Okay, let's see the void check medicine function. Okay, so these are check medicine function here. So this is an array that we pass from the main function just now. Okay, so call this function where data is an array of objects from class info. Okay, so let's say here we have initialize. Okay, let's say here we already said that we have 10 disease, 10 types of disease, right? So that's why we set the array size into 10. Maybe we have fever and flu, headache, and so on, for example. Okay, so meaning that we have 20 types of disease that we store in the disease array. Okay, so we are trying to get input from the user. Okay, so we ask them enter the disease name. Okay, so let's say the user enter fever, right here, fever. So the function, okay, will compare the input that we enter just now, fever. Okay, is it equal with whatever disease information that is already stored in the array? So let's say in disease array there is a value. Let's say for the array number 2, okay, the value for the array number 2 is fever. So meaning that the disease that the user input is in the database. All right, so the medicine for your disease is okay, if the program can find the exact disease that the user entered just now, so it will print the medicine name. All right, so if not, so let's say cancer. Okay, so let's say the cancer is not in the array yet, right? So the program will prompt, sorry, we cannot find the medicine for your disease, please refer to other physicians. So let's say this is klinik kesihatan, okay, which is only cater the small disease only, fever, flu, and so on, right? For example. Alright, now we move to pointer to object. Okay, pointer is known as store address of a variable. Okay, pointer can also store address of an object. Okay, so this is example how we create instance of students. Okay, and this is for pointer. So we create a pointer variable student ptr and initialize the pointer with the address of instance student 1. Okay, so the method to access class member through pointer variable student ptr. Okay, so this star shows that this is the pointer. Okay, this is pointer, so meaning that the student PTR has pointer. Okay, or this one. So there are two types. Okay, okay, so this is example of pointer to object example. Okay, so here we can have so this is the the class name is student. Okay, so the attribute is name, metric, number. Okay, so here we have name, metric, number, right? So this is pointer. Okay, now we go to the main functions. So here we stay here that the student name is Ahmad. This is the number metric. The student 2 Abdullah, this is the metric number. Okay, so now we are trying to access the address of student 1. Okay, so the pointer student pointer. Okay, so the first the first output is we want to print address student 1. Second one, address student 2. Okay, and then for the pointer value, okay, the second one we are trying to access the pointer value. So again, it will print the pointer value for student 1 and student 2. Okay, last one, okay, it will print here the student name and metric number. So this is the expected output for the previous program. Okay, pointer to object again. We can also allocate memory for a pointer variable using operator new. We can also destroy the memory for a pointer variable using operator delete. So this is how we delete a pointer. Okay, so let's say here we want to delete student pointer PTR, and then this is the syntax, delete pointer. Okay, so the pointer will be delete. Okay, that's all for part 3 chapter 2. See you in part 4 chapter 2. Thank you.